Hello there. My name is Luke Delaney, and today I'll be discussing Joe Shane, who holds my dream job as the current general manager of the New York Giants. He's been with the Giants since 2022, and I'll go over his early life and his career in the sport of football. First, I'll touch on the league of the NFL itself, and then I'll get into Joe Shane and his early life, then move on to the position of general manager and what must be done to fulfill that role. About the NFL. The NFL is the highest and most elite level of football. It has 32 teams divided between the AFC, which is the American Football Conference, and the NFC, the National Football Conference. The NFL generated about 20.24 billion in 2025, and there are 23 states in America that are home to at least one team, with other states housing multiple teams, such as New York, California, or Pennsylvania. Biography of Joe Shane. Joe Shane was born July 11th, 1979 in Elkhart, Indiana. He went to high school in that same town and went to DePaul University in Indiana as well. In his high school career, he went to Elkhart Memorial High and he played three sports: baseball, basketball, and football. Notable achievements for him at this time, for football specifically, were being rewarded the MVP his senior year. He got an all-conference first team quarterback, and he was named South Bend Tribune Class 4A first team quarterback. And he also held 12 passing records for the high school. For his college career at DePaul University, he played quarterback as a freshman and a wide receiver for his final 3 years until 2001 when he graduated. Notable achievements for him at this time of the university are being named Thomas Mount Offensive Player of the Year, setting the single season records for receptions, which is now placed third in the school ranks. In school history, he ranks ninth for all-time receptions, and his all-time career stats are 153 receptions, 14 touchdowns, and 1,861 yards. He was inducted in the Indiana Football Hall of Fame in 2024. Now his career with the NFL. After graduating with a communications degree from DePaul University in 2001, he immediately went to work with the NFL. He started out as a scout for the Carolina Panthers. He worked with the Panthers for 7 more years until taking his career to the Miami Dolphins, where he was hired as a national scout. He then received a promotion from them in 2013 and became assistant director of college scouting. A year later, from the same team, he was promoted to director player personnel for the Dolphins and stayed with them until 2016. In 2017, he was hired as assistant general manager for the Buffalo Bills, and then finally in 2022, he moved to the Giants and became their general manager. He is actually the first general manager to be hired outside of the team since 1979, which means he had no relation to the team. He was not someone who worked with the team previously, and he was hired outside from the Buffalo Bills. Many fans of the Giants have been quick to criticize Shane since he became the GM, pointing out flaws such as not re-signing running back Saquon Barkley. I will now show a clip from a more recent documentary about the Giants offseason from a show called Hard Knocks that shows a conversation Shane has with Barkley.
If you really want to be a Giant for life and you're interested in staying here and coming back, just see what your market is and then have Ed come back to us and we'll see if we can come to an agreement.
All right, I appreciate that.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Can you give me your word on that, or you're not going to give us a chance?
This just goes to show the major responsibilities and the big decisions the general manager of an NFL franchise has to make. Let me get into other responsibilities the GM may have to take on. In the NFL, the general manager has many responsibilities. It is the highest position one can have in the league that is not being an actual player. The GM gets final word regarding all player decisions, such as roster decision and free agencies. For roster decisions, they have to keep up with team budgets and cuts. He has the final word in all of that. And other duties include hiring the head coach for the team, which he did, who is Brian Dable, who he worked with on the Buffalo Bills. He was the offensive coordinator on the Buffalo Bills. He also has to build the staff, and he is in charge of scouting. In conclusion, Joe Shane is a very powerful figure in the world of sports, especially for fans of the Giants such as myself. Being the general manager of any team is always the dream for a sports fan. And we could see how he started from the bottom, being a scout of the league, to work his way up to such a high paying, very powerful position. Thank you all for listening and have a good night.